Violence is a symptom of poverty, and poverty is man-made. And by addressing poverty and the social constructs that contribute to violence, we minimize the crime. Am I gonna stop every shooting and stabbing? That's not what I'm professing. If I can save or attempt to save one life from being killed or from being hungry or from being homeless, then my job is done. I started this work because somebody tried to kill my son while I was standing next to him and pulled the trigger of a gun. I've done this work out of my house for a number of years, and now we're finally being able to centralize it in a facility where we can bring people to. People don't just wake up and want to harm someone. It comes from a place of hopelessness. It comes from PTSD. From the work that I've done in the past with working with shooters, is that before they were shooters, they were victims. And someone failed them and didn't address the trauma and the PTSD. And then they became a shooter out of defense. And so we want to try to be preventative and not reactive. So one of the things that we do is we have a Transcend program where we'll help young men 15 to 28, but we'll also help with what's happening in that household. We're doing advocacy work for those who are coming home from incarceration or have felonies. And when they can't come home, wrapping around their families to provide support so that it takes the pressure off the person who's actually being forced to do time. And the only instruction they received is, I do violence prevention work and I do social justice work. Go for it. One of the things that I recognize is from the pandemic, artists did not get PPP money, they did not get relief, and they were struggling. People don't realize art is a de-escalation tool, but also an outlet for trauma and for pain. I wanted that to be the case, and for this artist in particular that we're standing in front of, he's a victim of violence, shot 19 times. And it was important for him, given what he went through. He said, he is violence in Boston, and that meant a whole lot to me. If people come to visit, they have to schedule an appointment. We have hand sanitizer all throughout the building. We have masks. Even though we have all those things in place, violence prevention can't happen from at home, right? There's been 200 people shot in the city of Boston as of September 13th. This is not a problem we're going to be able to solve from our couch. So for those of us who are healthy enough and can do so, we have to interact with these young people who, because of trauma, because of PTSD and hopelessness, are outside.